Hello everyone. Hi best friends. Oh my gosh. My emotions are very high, so I just wanted to start this video off by telling you that because I don't know Um the Los Angeles wildfires that you see in video and TikTok and YouTube and news and stuff, it's terrifying. But seeing it in person and so close to you is something that I will never ever forget. I've had one traumatic experience before, and that's when they told me my brother had died. And this is my second one. First, I want to start off by saying I'm so grateful with God to even be in my apartment. We just walked in. Sorry, the mess. I'll tell you about what I'm doing in a second. I did not expect to see my apartment. We live right next. Well, first, I also wanted to say thank you to every single person who's checked in. I'm so incredibly grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. Have no idea. Um, Yesterday, my husband was in San Francisco and he was arriving. He arrived like at 2 or 3 and he left to go to work at 3:30. And my best friend and I were here. My father-in-law left back to Germany. So we walked him to the Uber. We said bye around 4:45. We came back up and I always walk my dogs at 6 p.m. And all of a sudden we had this guy fixing the balcony and he was leaving, and I remember asking him, like, do you think that the fires are gonna get here? And he's like, no, it's impossible because it's going the other side. And I'm like, okay. But we're kind of keeping updated and everything. But I mean, we thought we were good. So my best friend and I were like, we're gonna watch Ratatouille and we're gonna just have, we're gonna order some food and just have a night to us. Next thing you know, we walk the dogs. Usually I walk them at 6. It was 5:30 and I wanted to walk them. I didn't want to be out later. I just had a feeling, which I'm so thankful for. We get downstairs and I see this helicopter, and it's not unusual to see helicopters in my area. But this helicopter was just like there, and I was like, something. Then I live in a high hill, and I live in a high hill. I live in literally a mountain. I live in the top of the mountain. And next thing you know, I see people like running down, and I'm like, something is happening. My friend Jenna calls me. Hi, Jenna. Thank you, girl. I love you so much. And she tells me, Sebastian, your mountain is on fire. Like, your mountain is on fire. And I said, what? I turn around to the top of the mountain, and it's blazing. I have never in my life seen something like this ever. Only in movies, end of the world movies. So my best friend and I, we immediately just go into action. You have to understand, my building is here. The mountain is here. Like here. Like when there's wind, leaves from the mountain go onto my balcony. That's how close I am to this, to the mountain. And so, God, I live in the hills. And so you guys see this fire? This is literally around my house. Like, I could walk a minute and I'm there on the side of the hills. So this is what we were running from. Next thing I know, my best friend is like, go get your bag. And in my bag, I had my things from my grandma. I had some things from my brother. I had pictures with my mom. I had my anniversary ring, a wedding anniversary, and our medicine, our passports. And I run up to my apartment, and you see people running in the hallways. You see people just everywhere. And I come into my apartment, and I know this is the last time I'm going to be in this apartment. I felt it in my heart. So I jump into action. I get my bag. I make sure that because I love candles, and I make sure all the candles are turned off. And then I just turned around and I said goodbye to my apartment. And I said goodbye. I mean, this is the last time I'm gonna be in here. I looked around, I saw like our, Christmas decorations, they're still up. I saw just everything. It's material things, but just like the memories just started, coming into my head. So I got all my things from my altar, my Jesus, statues, like all those personal things that I've had since I was a little kid. One thing about me is I've had my altar since I was a kid. Literally, anywhere I go, I take a couple pictures and things with me. And I start running. I start running down. And in this moment, I can't believe it. So as soon as, before I leave my apartment, I turn around and I said goodbye. I said goodbye and I said thank you. And in that very moment, and so like I get down and I see my dogs, I see people running. My husband, he's at work. Like trying to get a hold of him. I think my best friend, she's talking to him on the phone. And so here I am with my bag, my two dogs. My dogs are like jumping, crying, and right behind us is the fire. Like it was it I mean, all you saw was orange flames. And I live here like on top of the mountain. We have to go all the way down here to like the like Hollywood. And I just remember like running, and I turned around and I saw my building, and I saw what I thought was fire already in the building. And later I did find out that our roof got there was fire in our roof. And I just remember like turning to my best friend. I was like, this is the last time, like I don't have a home. But then like I had this sense of gratitude that like I know my husband's safe. I'm with my dogs, my best friend, we have everything. And then I immediately thought about all the people that lost everything. So I didn't feel like I had the right to feel guilty or to feel anything. And it's just material. But I was just so grateful to be with my dogs and knowing my husband, we're going to meet my husband soon. So I called my landlord, told her everything. She said everyone was out. And so we walked down, we ran down, two dogs, bag. We run down to my best friend's apartment. She lives down the mountain. And people are just running and yelling and screaming. And all you see is this like flame getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm just like yelling at my best friend, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So my husband calls and he says, I'll meet you in Hollywood Boulevard, which was like a block away after. And I just remember like this guy telling us, my best friend went up to her apartment to get something. And all I, like when you look back, all you saw was just this, like the mountain just light up. I mean, it was like something I've never seen in my life. And so we like, my best friend's upstairs, I'm with the dogs, and then this guy comes and he goes, well, well, we got to live, like just breathe it in, breathe in the smoke, and just let yourself die or something. I'm like, what? And so we were running to meet my husband. Thank God my husband was there. And I tell you that in that moment, I had my dogs, I had my husband, I had my best friend. I was like, my apartment is my sanctuary, but this is what matters. I didn't give a damn. I didn't give a damn. I call my mom. Of course, she starts hysterically crying. She lives in another country. And our really amazing friend, she lives an hour from here in a very safe place. And she goes, you guys just come here. But it felt like the apocalypse. Well, as we were driving, all I saw was that mountain, and it was just in fire. And I just thought about like all the memories and everything. And then I thought about everyone else going through it. And I think that's kind of when I checked I checked myself, and I said, Sebastian, You have it all right here in this car. You don't need anything else. I was grateful that all my neighbors left. I was grateful that all the animals left from the building. There's a lot of animals here. And I kept checking in with my landlord just to make sure. She was so amazing, and she was probably so overwhelmed. So many people were probably calling her. And then we went to this gas station, and I bought some water, and I went to the bathroom, and I just broke down. And I broke down in gratitude. I really did. Because had we not walked the dogs, we would have not known until the Amber Alert came out. And the Amber Alert came out almost 10 minutes after we knew about the fire. So every minute counts. We went to my friend's house, and just we were watching our cameras for our home. And I would say, can you check the cameras? And I was like, okay, prepare yourself. You're probably going to see a lot of flames. You're probably going to see, and then we were, my friends, I did not sleep at all. I slept maybe like 3 hours, because I was like, any minute, like either we're going to have to evacuate here. And you guys have to understand, like running down that hill with the mountain, seeing those flames, not knowing how quickly, and I would just picture it taking us. And I just wanted to get my dogs to safety. I wanted to get my best friend, my husband, to safety. I didn't care about anything else. And yeah, that's our landlord. She was so amazing. Shout out to her, seriously. She called us and said that there was fire in the roof, but that the building was good. Coming here now, we're not going to stay here because, again, we live next to Runyon, but I talked to the security. This area is super like heavily secured, like so much security and police all the time, which I'm so grateful for. But and we I talked to her right now, and she was like, the fire's contained as far as we know, but the winds are going to be picking up really heavily later on. I thanked her and I cried with her, and I said that I'm just so grateful for what she and all the firefighters are doing. And I just wanted to, to say that walking in to my apartment now, we're getting some stuff because we're going to stay at our friends. But walking in here, I didn't think that I was going to walk into my apartment, and I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty that so many people lost everything. So many animals, so many people, so many things were hurt, and we, by the grace of God, we have a home to come back to, and that just put so many things into perspective. Walking in here felt surreal. It felt surreal. And all I could think about is all those people who don't have the same blessing. And I just want to be able to do something, anything that I can to help. So this has definitely changed everything. It's changed the way I think about a lot of things. It's changed the way that I everything. I'm just so grateful, but this is definitely going to be something that I think will traumatize me for a very long time, for sure. So I'm very grateful with God. I'm very grateful for all of you guys who've been checking in. I think I'm emotionally, like, I don't know. I need to do something to distract me, so I might spill some tea, I don't know. But I want to thank you all so much, and I just want to thank God so much. I did not think that we would have a home to return to, but one thing I noticed, my home is not here. My home is with my husband. My home is with my dogs. And I just kept thinking, what if we weren't home? Like, what if we were out and my dogs were here alone? Like, And then I think about all those people who had that nightmare happen, that they weren't home. Anyways, I'm gonna pack. This was my grandmother, so I'm just gonna pack some things from my brother and my grandma, things that are sacred to me, and we're gonna go. So I'll check in a little later with you guys. I love you all. I'm so grateful for you. I don't take you for granted. And I just really want to say thank you for checking in. I'm so overwhelmed with your love and just so grateful. So thank you, God. All right. I love you.